SAM ball tracker and SAM projection work seamlessly together if you are on a tilted surface. So here we are on a 3% right to left slope tilted platform. And we calculate now for this scenario, for the stimp, for the slope, maybe also for up and down, we calculate the ideal putt, which is ideal aim of 11 degrees and ideal speed by 2.3 meter per second. So if I now switch on the system with a putter, I will see the ideal aim as a dotted line, which represents the 11 degrees, and I see the ideal path as a thick line, which represents the 2.3 meters per second. I see two additional lines, which are thin. This is the fastest and this is the slowest possible putt, creating a corridor. And as long as your ball stays inside of this corridor, you will be able to hold this putt. If your ball is outside of the corridor, you will no longer be able to hold this putt. So there's kind of a range of solutions. There is not only one solution, and this system helps you to find and explore this corridor to find your solution relative to the task. Now let me just play a putt, and everything is just automatic. I don't even need to press a key. I just play my putt. You see, this putt was slightly on the low side. The software will immediately replay the putt. It lipped out on the low side. I see here some data relative to this putt. Now, to get more accurate data, I can inspect the SAM PuttLab report. I see my relative direction at impact was 0.3 on the low side, which is almost perfect, so I get a score of 100%. My speed was slightly fast, 0.08, so I was almost perfect in these two aspects. And if you look at the speed break graph, you see this was the green dot. The gray area represents the corridor. As long as the dot is inside of the gray area, you are able to hold this putt. And the green dot is not too bad relative to the ideal putt. I can also switch screens and look at the other aspects. For example, I can look at ball performance data, which might be interesting for fitters. I can look at launch data, relative direction, launch speed, smash factor. I can look at skid phase, which is skid time speed drop. I can look at ball roll data, which is roll speed, roll ratio, relative distance to the hole, relative side position to the hole, and effective stimp, and more. So there are different screens in SAM PuttLab. We have a representation of your putt in 3D. So we can look at a split screen where on the upper half you see the putter data and putter action, and on the lower graph you see your putt in a top view. We can also go to single screens, and we can, for example, follow the ball from behind or from top. So you have very different options of representing your putt in different screens. You can switch on and off the ideal path display. So there are very many different options which help you to really visualize your result. So let's play another putt, and maybe I am able now to hit the ideal path better. I'll wait until I'm ready to go. So I hold this putt, we will replay it on the surface, and I can inspect now the data on the screen. My relative direction was now only 0.2 left, which is a score of 100%, and I met the speed by 90%. So if you look at the dot, it's almost perfectly in the center of this kind of banana. So by this way, exploring the range and relative to ideal putt, finding out slower, faster, left, right, interdependency, you're able to optimize your competences on break putts.